You know, I grew up with the D cartoons. Genuinely, I did. I grew up with, I think, the Super Mario World cartoon. I remember seeing advertisements for the Zelda cartoon at the end of the DVDs I had. I remember I used to watch Sonic Underground. And I remember there was a channel called Pop Junior, that used to play these shows actually on TV whenever I was younger. And I remember this show being on TV, and I even remember seeing a couple episodes of it back in the day. And this show still blew me away. Like, I had heard this show was different from the other D cartoons and was nothing like anything else that was made in the 90s for video game characters. And this shit still blew me away. Like, holy shit. Yo, what's up, Booking.xx here, and today we're going to be talking about the second Deke Sonic cartoon from the 90s. This one's simply titled Sonic the Hedgehog, or Sonic SatAM as the fans call it. Because if something's just called Sonic the Hedgehog, it has to have a nickname. You get Sonic SatAM, Sonic Genesis, Sonic 06, and Sonic the Movie. Okay, that one's not very creative. If you guys remember my last video, you'll remember how fucking bullshit the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog was. But this show, I'll let the intro speak for itself.
Blue streak speeds by, Sonic the Hedgehog, too fast for the naked eye. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. Look out when he storms through. Sonic the Hedgehog, don't doubt what he can do. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive.
Need I say more? Well, I do kind of have to make the video, so I guess I will say more. So right off the bat, oh my god, this theme song. This fucking theme song. I don't think any Sonic cartoon has ever or will ever have a theme song this good. Not even Sonic X, which I actually like the theme song for. I'm sure I'm gonna get crucified for that, but you know what? I don't fucking care. Second, I should probably explain a few things. So, number one, yes. That is Robotnik. What the fuck did they do to this guy? He is terrifying. In the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, he was fucking laughable. I swear to God, Sonic hit him and he starts fucking crying at one point. And in this show, he looks like he could tear your head off without even fucking touching you. Second, that is Sally Eggcorn. She's an original character from this show, and she is awesome. She's the only real love interest Sonic's ever had. Sorry, Amy, I guess. And yeah, she's dope, but we'll get more into that as we progress. So when episode 1 starts, first thing we see is Sonic, this guy Antoine, who is a French coward and is basically the comic relief of the show, and this guy Cat trying to infiltrate Robotnik's fortress when suddenly a SWAT bot shows up, and
Hi, guys.
is she serious? Really? Did you seriously just pull that shit? Fuck you. Anyway, moving on from that, we learn that their plan is to apparently hack into the computers and launch these planes. I'm not exactly sure what the point of that is, but anyway, that doesn't matter because Sally finds something of interest on the computers.
Bean? Oh my gosh, Sonic, my father called me Bean when I was little. Nicole, give me a message origin.
Sal, we gotta put the pedal to the metal.
I have to check this out. It may be from my father.
Yeah, probably should have mentioned this earlier, but Sally is actually a princess and her dad, the king, has gone missing and she's had to take over all the royal duties and they've just found out evidence that he might be alive, so of course she's looking into it. But Antoine of course is getting nervous because that's his entire character type and somehow messes this up.
Relax, Antoine. Relax? Yes. A very good idea.
Where did they find this guy? Anyway, Sonic notices, takes out the robots, and they all escape. Except for Cat, who just stops at the end of this corridor, looks back, gets scared when he sees the robot, and goes a different way from where the others went. I don't know why he did this, but yeah, that was fucking stupid. After that, Sonic manages to catch up with Sally and Antoine, and is understandably pissed at Antoine, who then tries to blame the whole thing on Cat before they realize, you know, he's not fucking there.
SWAT bots must have busted him. I'm juicing back.
Sonic, I'm sure that message was from my father. I'm going to the Dark Swamp and find him. Antoine can come with me.
Antoine?
Yes, Antoine.
You're kidding, right?
I'm kidding. Wrong.
Wrong?
Right.
Right or wrong?
You're wrong. I'm right, as usual.
What the fuck just happened? Also, I'm with Sonic on this. You're supposed to be a princess. Your number one priority should be keeping your people safe. Yet you bring one of the weakest people you have with you on an incredibly dangerous mission. That is incredibly irresponsible. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, time for our first Robotnik scene, and
Tell me, Sniffly, how did the Hedgehog get past all my security?
well, I've officially shit myself. I mean, holy shit. Has a villain ever had a voice that intimidating? They got Robotnik so right in this show. Also, the SWAT bots caught Cat. Is anyone surprised? Dude fucked himself over.
Tell me we're not old is, old boy, and you have my word that you will not be roboticized.
I'm telling you nothing about nothing, Robotnik.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure about that, old boy. I have machines of all kinds, marvelous machines that can do things you would not believe.
I would like to remind you that this show was made by the same people who made The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. How is Robotnik so different in both shows? Also, there's a couple things I should probably explain from that clip. So, number one is Knothole is actually where Sonic and the rest of the Freedom Fighters, as they call themselves, hide whenever they're not on missions. And roboticizing is, well, roboticizing is where Robotnik turns an organic life form, like Sonic and all the other characters, into robots. Not putting them inside robots like he does in the games, just straight up transforming them into robots. That makes me uncomfortable, and this was meant for kids. Holy shit. Anyway, moving on from that incredibly uncomfortable thought, Sonic is trying to break Cat out of Robotnik's fortress, and Cat basically gives them the whole save yourself, there's no time speech, like every character he's ever trapped does. Catching back up with Sally and Antoine, we find out that the king is apparently being held in a prison called Iron Lock Prison, and Sally seems incredibly distressed by this, despite the fact that a couple minutes later it's shown that she has no idea what the place is. Sonic's also looking for them now, since Cat basically told him to fuck off, so he finds footprints and follows those, so that's probably important. Cutting back to Sally and Antoine, we find out that they're now inside Iron Lock, where Sally finds a piece of her father's cape, which reassures her that he's there. They then find a computer which looks like a diver's helmet. Sonic catches up with them and they fall into a hole because the whole thing was booby-trapped. Because who would have guessed? Also, I may as well get this out of the way. Sally is the only female Sonic character who doesn't wear clothes. That makes me kind of uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie. A giant monster then shows up and then Sonic pulls a Sonic using a power ring to spin dash right through it, and it turns out it was a robot, which he could just somehow tell, I guess. They then get out of the sewers, go back to Robotnik's fortress, finish their plan with the planes, and Sonic goes back to find Cat in his cell, only to find that he's not there anymore, which is kind of terrifying considering we discussed roboticizing earlier. They then escape, stop Robotnik's final attack, and the episode just ends. We don't find out what happened to Cat, we don't find out any of that stuff. And that's how this show is so different. With The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, when you've seen one episode, you just get the gist of the whole show. It's just kind of show you can put on whenever you want to laugh at something. Where this show actually has overarching plots and a lot of interesting characters that I didn't really get to discuss here. I'm going to try not to spoil too much because I actually recommend you go and watch this show. But there's a lot of other interesting characters in this show here worth a mention. Like Bunny Rabbit, a rabbit who's been half roboticized. Tails, who's a child who's got caught up in this apocalyptic scenario. Sonic's Uncle Chuck, who's been fully roboticized. And Sonic has to deal with the grief that he may never see his uncle the way he was before. But I think the best by far is the relationship between Sonic and Sally. These two are complete opposites, yet they work so well together. It's really hard to explain, but when you watch the show, you get it, and it works so well. I made a lot of jokes in this video at the show's expense, but honestly, that really isn't what you think while you're watching the show. I mean, yeah, it does have that goofy sort of humor, and Sonic is definitely Deke Sonic, but it's not nearly as goofy as the rest of the Deke shows, and a lot of the time I actually do find myself being able to take it pretty seriously. I find myself caring about these characters and what happens, which is something I never thought I'd say about a fucking show made by Deke Entertainment. Like, I swear to God, have you seen the shows these guys have made? Like, Jesus Christ, they're all so cheesy and goofy. Yet this show is so different from the rest. I honestly don't know what happened here, but this show is gold. Genuinely. If you can find a way to watch this, actually all the episodes are on YouTube. You can watch this whole show on YouTube, and I recommend you do. That's how I've been watching them. It is such a fucking show, man, and I recommend, even if you're not a Sonic fan, even if you're just a fan of like, good fucking TV shows, or just, well, obviously if you're a fan of cartoons, because, you know, that's a bit subjective, like, definitely give this show a whack. It's good, man. But anyway, have I sold you, or do you still think I'm full of shit and think this show's probably just goofy bullshit? If that's the case, then, well, that's your opinion. But anyway, so if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me if you agree with me that this is probably the best Sonic cartoon out there. Like, genuinely, I honestly God think it is. And if you agree with me, that'll be an interesting conversation. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all next time. Peace.